So, discontinued fragrances. I happen to have a few. Now, these are the only fragrances in my collection that I know of are discontinued. I may have some more that have been phased out and taken off the list, but these I know for sure. So you want to know what great discontinued gems I have in my collection? Meet me on the other side of this wonderful intro, and we're going to talk about them. See you in a second. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, back with another video. You know how we do it on the channel. A little bit of a video, a little bit of a discussion. Either way, we're going to have some frag talk for you. Let's talk frag business. Now this video is a little bit different. We're not going to talk notes, longevity, none of that. We may talk accords and what vibe it gives you. But this video is about discontinued fragrances. That's right, fragrances that are now hard to get your hands on. Some of these were popular, some of them wasn't. Some of them are still out there circulating pretty good, so you may want to grab them while you can. But before I get started and get too deep, listen, come here. I need you to like, I need you to share, and I need you to sub. And then after you sub, I need you to hit the icon button, the bell, so you get notified every time I do a video. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into it. Let's do this video. All right. Again, discontinued fragrances. Let me get this one out of the way first because it is always the elephant in any room that it goes into, and it always draws the most attention. Plus, I need the room because I got 16 or 17 of them. I don't remember. From the house of Prive, it is Aventus. And I know you're saying, Trey, Aventus isn't discontinued. Okay. It ain't. It ain't discontinued. I'll tell you what you do then. You don't think this sucker is discontinued? Pull up. While I'm talking smack, can't get thing out the box. Pull up on, oh, this smells good. Pull up on them at the Creed store and tell them you want this 125 mil and see what they tell you. See how many they got. So, yes, Creed is in circulation. Unfortunately, it's been reformulated, it's been changed up, and the Aventus just isn't what it once was. Still a decent fragrance, but nowhere near the powerhouse, great smelling fragrance that it was. It's not even one of the best fragrances that they have anymore. So, but the first discontinued fragrance on this list is Creed Aventus in the 4.2 ounce, 125 ml bottles, and this thing goes for an astronomical price. For this bottles, I've flirted and talked about selling mine, but at the end of the day, I think I'm going to hold on to it at least for a few more years. May end up getting rid of it eventually, but for now, I'm going to keep it. That is Creed Aventus in the 4.2 ounce bottle. You can no longer purchase that from Creed. I don't think you can purchase any of their fragrances in the 4.2 ounce bottles anymore. So it's not just Aventus. So if you're fortunate enough to come across anything from Creed in a 4.2 ounce bottle, you may want to scoop it up because it's probably going to be worth a little bit more. It's definitely going to be an older batch before they sold whatever they sold to whoever they sold it to. Because from my understanding, the new fragrances from them just don't have the same punch. Moving along, or as my boy John Witherspoon used to say on the Wayans Brothers, I used to watch this show all the time. He used to say, yittity. I always thought that was funny. This is one of my favorite fragrances. And I hate that it's discontinued. I will savor this juice as long as I can, and it is from the house of Bvlgari, and it is Bleu Notte. Now they have a Bvlgari Bleu, and it is a great soapy scent. It is a beautiful fragrance. This also is a soapy scent. In my opinion, this is the best soapy scent that I have ever had. And it just smells extremely, extremely clean. Unfortunately, discontinued means it's hard to get. The prices go up on this stuff. Great little fragrance. If you see this, look, you can still find it on places like eBay and Mercari. Price is about $200. I think the lowest I've seen it was $98, and I was tempted to buy it simply because I love the fragrance and I would like to wear it. Nothing better than an extension of the shower and smelling like good, clean soap. To me, just my opinion. I know that y'all gonna come for me when I say this, but this blows Mugler's Cologne, I think is what it's called, out of the water as well. But I think that's been discontinued too, so it's no telling what that one's going for either. But this to me is a much better, clean, soapy scent than that one. Bvlgari BLV, or Bleu. And not just Bleu, Bleu Naughty. Remember that. This next one absolutely blows my mind, that not that it's discontinued, but the prices that people will pay for it, especially if you have an unopened one in the box and all of that stuff. From the house of Coty, it is Avatar. And this is a wonderful scent, but it wasn't even popular when it was out. I don't understand why is it so popular now. And you see, I still got about 80% of that juice. Great looking bottle, cheap cap, but nonetheless, very smooth, masculine fragrance, very potent. This is a time where fragrances stood up and lasted, and just about everything that you picked up then was manly until Acqua de Joop came along and changed the game. Fragrances like this ruled the universe. But nonetheless, this is a great smelling fragrance, and I see unopened boxes of Avatar going for anywhere from $100 to $200. Now, mind you, if you're interested in buying that Avatar, get ready, get your pen and a piece of paper. My email is trayscents@gmail.com. Just like you see it on my YouTube. TRASCENTS@gmail. trayscents@gmail.com. That Avatar can be for sale. If you want it, you can get it. Another one, and I bought this one about a year ago, discontinued, and the guy that I bought it from is a frag head, but he's not deep off into it, so a lot of times he'll sell some fragrances. I got several discontinued fragrances from him at a really, really good price. This is one, and this is, what is this? Goodness gracious, Zigna Colonial. If you're wondering what that pause was about, I was thinking it was more to the name, but it's not. Now, what this one is, I'm gonna spray a little bit of this on because I still got tons of this juice left. Evidently, he never wore it, and I don't think I've worn it either. Now, I'm gonna tell you exactly what this fragrance smells like to me. A slightly fresher Old Spice is what this fragrance smells like. It's nowhere near as loud as Old Spice, but it's a fresher take on Old Spice. Let me make sure that says Colognia. Yes, that is Colognia. Make sure. Now hold it up so you can see it. But this is a nice fragrance. I've seen this sell anywhere from $100 to $200 as well. My bottle is just about full. And even though this isn't a video about selling fragrance, oh, that smells good. I think that's cucumber I pick on. Something in it makes it fresh, but the dry down in it is very, very woody. Again, very similar to Old Spice after it's moved and dried down. If this is something that you think you would be interested in, again, email me and we can talk. Or you can leave it in the comments and I can email you. Either or. Nonetheless, this one could possibly be up for grabs as well. That's just a nice, smooth, masculine fragrance. I have no idea why they would have discontinued this. Zigna Colonial. That's a good one. A cheapie that I think is still pretty cheap. I don't think the prices on it have went up. But again, it wasn't a very popular fragrance to begin with either. And it is from the house of Nautica, and it is Aqua Rush Gold. Or Gold Rush, or Gold Aqua Rush. All I know is they made this one in silver, and I have them both. And as you see, I put it in it. I haven't worn this in a while. I used to wear this fragrance quite often. It is fresh, something that you would expect from the house of Nautica, but it doesn't have any of the Nautica Voyage DNA or anything like that in it. And prices haven't went up sky high on this one yet, But I think it's become a pretty hard to find fragrance. You can probably find it on eBay. A little bit of alcohol there, but again, this was a $20 fragrance when it was out in abundance in the rag stores. It's discontinued now though. Nonetheless, I like it. I like it a lot. From the house of Nautica, it is Aqua Rush Gold, or Aqua Gold Rush. One of the two, however you want to say it. You know what I'm talking about. And that is a sale. Nice looking bottle. Some of these fragrances, I think these companies give up on before they get momentum. I'm in a John Witherspoon mode today. I was watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air the other day, and he was playing the dad of a girl that Prince was trying to date, and they had the plane crash, and they were stuck in the trees, and he kept calling him Wilbur, and he was like, Wilbur, you have to swing to get your momentum going, so then you knock us out of these trees. And momentum sounds just like something somebody in Alabama would say. I've probably said that a few times myself, just to be honest with you. This next one is from American Eagle. And I had one more that I was gonna get, but I don't remember where I put it. Let me see if I can, from the House of American Eagle. This is real. And I thought this was Tim McGraw's Southern Blend. So I had to look at the name of it because I wasn't prepared for this one to be in here. It is not the fragrance that I meant to grab. And I see this going for ridiculous prices as well. And it smells okay. I mean, I understand why this one was discontinued. It's not the best fragrance. But it does smell like fragrances that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's just got that 2000 Cologne type of smell to it. It doesn't smell bad, but it's just not something that I would pay over $20 for. I don't care whether it's discontinued or not. I would not pay an arm and a leg for this fragrance at all. I wouldn't pay an arm and a leg for any of them, but I definitely wouldn't pay an arm and a leg for this one. But from the House of American Eagle, it is real. And again, that one can go as well. Out of all the fragrances here, that's probably one of my least favorites. Now let's go back to one of my favorites. And I actually bought this one before I bought the original. From the House of Viktor&Rolf, it is Spicebomb Fresh. And I like this fragrance. Put your Spicebomb with a nice fresh citrus note, and that's what you have here. And this one has been discontinued, pulled off the market. I think it's still bottles out there floating around. You may can even still find this in some stores. Don't like this, but I do like this fragrance. It smells good. The dry down is very, very similar to the original Spicebomb and Spicebomb Extreme, but just add that nice bright citrus opening, and that's what sold me on it. I bought this in the middle of the summer on vacation in Biloxi. Went to the mall, dealt with a great sales lady. Her name was Andy. Sold me this. I mean, I was very excited when I got it because I didn't know it existed. Went to the counter and it was there, and Spicebomb was there, and I was like, man. And I was thinking about that Dior Homme Cologne, but I was just like, nah. And I smelled this and I was like, yes. And I am glad I bought it before prices went through the roof. I think I paid about $100 for this 100 ml. Good fragrance. I like it. Spicebomb Fresh. And it is just that. It's a fresh version of Spicebomb. This one needs no introduction on this list. It's from Guerlain. And there it is. And what is this called? IDL Cologne. It smells good. Performance, it doesn't perform well on me. And I had 2 or 3 bottles of this. Seems like I sent one to JP and one to Tyrone Bro Scents because he claimed he couldn't find it in California. So I hooked him up with the bottle. Nonetheless, good smelling fragrance. I don't think prices are ridiculous on this one yet, but the longer it stays discontinued, the more we'll absolutely love this bottle. And I think there's an EDP of this that has been discontinued as well, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't have that one, but I do have this one. Nice tropical type of scent. Great for the summertime. along the lines of John Barbados Artist and Pure and Jimmy Choo Man Ice, along those lines. So don't feel like you're missing anything. If you have either one of those fragrances, don't feel like you're missing anything with that one and you have to run out and get it. But if you should happen to stumble up on it in a rack store or online, or just somebody going through their collection getting rid of stuff, and you stumble up on it at a really good price, pick it up. I think you'll like it. Another one of my favorite gems that has been discontinued, and the bottle gonna tell you what this is. Valentino Uomo Intense. I love this fragrance. To me, this is just sexy, masculine. Days are getting cooler. And of course, my phone is about to die, so I got to step on it because it's gonna be dead soon. It's just time for me to upgrade anyway. Valentino Uomo Intense. Beautiful bottle, beautiful scent, nice, powdery, good smelling fragrance. I think it's sexy and romantic. Another one that I thought was very undervalued for the price that I got it at, and it is Robert Graham's Valor. Man, that smells good. Valor, I don't know what I just said. And this is a good smelling fragrance. I think it had Valor, Courage, and Fortitude. It may have been one more, but they have all since been discontinued. And I know Robert Graham is a fashion designer, but this was a very high quality fragrance. It does smell good. It is a compliment getter. And I got this for about $30. Michael Dinsmore found it somewhere before I was seeing him here and sent it to me. So I think I ended up paying like 35 or 36 with shipping and all. And then I started seeing it at my rack stores. I wish I had known it was going to be discontinued. I'd have picked it up for somebody. I'm not big on the backup bottle stuff simply because I think that's greedy. If I know a fragrance is not in production or out of stock or whatever, I may buy it, but I only buy it to bless other people with it or pass it along. I have no desire to have 15 bottles of a fragrance in my collection just because it's discontinued. I don't think that's cool. Another famous one that probably gets more recognition for the bottle design, and this is Midnight in Paris, and this is the EDT. And I picked this up right before the prices went up. I got mine for about $24 shipped. And it is a good smelling fragrance and a beautiful bottle. I could imagine the bottles of this being sold for a decent price once they are empty. Midnight in Paris. Nice, another nice romantic powdery type of scent. Moving along, one that is recently discontinued, and it is a gem as well. You need to pick this up before it gets ridiculous if you can find it, and it is 1 Million Prive. I love this fragrance. Very sexy, very romantic, very boozy, cozy, cuddling, chilling. It says, come here. Yes, come here. Come hither and sit with me. Yes, yes. Are you comfortable? Are you warm? That's why you get with a big man in the wintertime. You'll never be cold or hungry. I promise you. I promise you. Those are two things you'll never be. It's cold or hungry. Now you might sweat that hair out in the summertime, but in the wintertime, you're gonna be cozy, comfortable, and well fed. I guarantee it. Ain't that what Denzel said? I guarantee it. In American Gangster, I guarantee it. This next one, you can hardly find any reviews on it. It's a not very talked about fragrance. It's not a bad smelling fragrance. It is from the house of Fossil, and I love their watches. It is Fossil 1954. And the levels on this are right here, so I've worn this a few times, and I'm gonna give myself a spray of this if I can find a spot there. I don't mind. I do not mind. And boy, every time I move, that Bvlgari is cutting up. Man, it smells so good. Bvlgari, why? Just why? I mean, why? Things were so good between us. And this is a different smelling fragrance. I wish I knew what fruit that was. I could have looked it up so I could tell you, but that's not what this review is about. This review is about simply this fragrance not being in circulation anymore. If you see this out at any of the rack stores, you could probably make yourself some money, pick it up, put it on Mercari or eBay. Somebody's gonna buy this if you price it right. Nice bottle design, great attention to detail as it got Fossil right there in the cap. I like it. I don't know why it's got the 1989 wrapper chain on, but still, I love the bottle, love the fragrance. It smells really good. All right, y'all, I'm running out of time. Elroy Jetson. All right, another beautiful fragrance. But Gucci, this is what Gucci does. They'll make a masterpiece and then discontinue it. Gucci per Homme too. Love this fragrance. Needs no introduction, and I'm savoring that little bit of juice right there. I will probably never spray this again in my life. So when I'm gone, somebody get that and put it in the air for your boy. Just put it in the air for your boy Trey when I ain't here no more. This one I just found out was recently discontinued. And again, it's sad because it's one of my favorite fragrances and one of the most beautiful bottles in the game. And it is from the house of Joop, or Joop, as we say in Alabama. And this is Nightflight. And I have legit been wearing this fragrance probably since about the 8th grade. That's how far back I go with this. And if I ever run across another bottle, or if y'all know I can get another bottle reasonably priced, I know I just said I don't want 10 or 15. I didn't say I didn't want one. And this is for me. I will use this one. That's sexy to me. Oh, man, that's good and soapy too. Boy, I tell you what. And look at that beautiful bottle. Love it. That smells good. That's a banger right there. That's a straight banger. If you got some Nightflight out there and you want to get rid of it, you want to find it a new home, remember that email address? TreySense@gmail.com. Hit your boy up. Or hit me up in the comments. You can comment and I'll find you. This one I got from the lovely Miss Belafonte. And it is Mercedes-Benz Club Black, or Mercedes-Benz Man Club Black, whichever. And this is a nice rhubarby type of fragrance right here, and it smells really, really good. I like it. But again, this is one you can still get your hands on. Prices haven't skyrocketed and supplies haven't dwindled yet. But I advise you to do it as soon as possible because price is going to go up or it's going to get gone, one of the two. And once it starts to get gone, the prices are definitely going to go up. Last but not least, the fragrance with the biggest name on here, and I'm going to try not to mess this name up. It is from the house of Issey Miyake, and it is Bleu de Issey Eau Fraiche. Let me see if I can hold it up so you can see it. I doubt it because the bottle is clear. You see that? Nope. But that's, and I'm trying to see it in that light. Yep. I said it right. Bleu de Issey Eau Fraiche. Very fresh fragrance, but it's not citrusy, but it is a fresh, masculine fragrance. Listen, it's something about smelling these fragrances and talking at the same time that makes your mouth a little bit. So if you wonder why reviewers are reviewing and they all have that, it's because we get thirsty. I should have something to drink right here beside me, but this is the last bottle, so I'm gonna bring it to an end. Bleu de Issey Eau Fraiche. Good smelling fragrance. Performance on it is not the best, but nonetheless, it's got a good, crisp, clean, great for the summertime. Just a nice vibe to that fragrance. I really, really like it. I love the crisp and cleanliness to it. I really do. Not very soapy, but still crisp and clean. Speaking of soapy, that Bvlgari is kicking. That Bvlgari, it smells really, really good. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video before my phone dies. Again, you already know. Thank you all for returning to the scene of the crime, stopping by this video. Again, if I've earned it and you've come by 2 or 3 times, please consider subbing. As usual, you know I love you all. May God bless you all and thank you for being the best part of my channel. And until next time, y'all, peace.